After thinking for a few days, I would like to talk about my feelings and how I got replaced by Universe. It is so sad and cruel after winning and then being dropped so easily. This is the true story of Ohaiyo, ex-Fnatic member, with a little twist of Crystalis Dota narration. Make sure you subscribe today. This is the real behind the scenes story. Have you ever had a girlfriend or a boyfriend who you spent many years with, and all of a sudden one day you come home, he or she says on the phone, "I don't want to continue this. Thank you for buying me all the gold, the jewelry, the gifts, but I'm sorry, I cannot continue anymore," and just hangs up, and then you have no communication with the other person anymore. Imagine being heartbroken like that. This is what truly happened to Ohaiyo after Team Fnatic kicks him out. Before we analyze what happened, let us go through the story of Ohaiyo and his own perspective and how he became who he is today. It is 2010. A young Chong Ohaiyo, Jin Koo, still plays basketball for his school, and he's currently watching the LA Lakers defeat the Boston Celtics as Kobe Bryant comes clutch at the end of the game, Game 7. However, today, Chong decides to stay home. He sits basketball out and instead queues up for a game. He's playing a custom map game in Warcraft 3 known as Defense of the Ancients, also later known to be Dota. After playing many hours in this game, eventually Ohaiyo would become one of the best in Southeast Asia. In fact, he started one day to queue up as he usually does. In this game, he was playing with a legendary player named Mushi. At the time, Mushi was still growing himself and decided to become friends with Ohaiyo. Eventually, both Ohaiyo and Mushi would team up. Ohaiyo states, "We trained together. Even before I played MUFC, which was the first professional team that Ohaiyo played with." Ohaiyo recalls, "I used to play solo mid, and I would learn from Mushi because we would 1v1. We played a lot of clan wars then. One day he even asked me to attend a small LAN in Malaysia with his team. That was the first time I played a tournament." Ever since that day, Ohaiyo became hooked in the professional scene. Ohaiyo remembers those days. First started his professional career with MUFC and eventually joined Team Orange. In Team Orange, he would learn to change roles. Instead of playing solo mid, he decided to play off lane. And the real reason why Ohaiyo goes to the off lane after playing mid lane is very similar to another player that we're very fond of, Sumal from Evil Geniuses. That's correct. Ohaiyo states, "I lost myself as a mid laner for Orange. I found that I wasn't suited there. I told Mushi that I wanted to move to off lane." So eventually, it becomes 2016. Ohaiyo and Mushi both have become famous players. Mushi is already a legend and Ohaiyo becomes a famous offlaner. And eventually Mushi would leave. From 2016 to 2018, the true leader behind the scenes was Ohaiyo for Team Fnatic. When he was asked how much he grew from the days in MUFC to today as one of the pillars of Fnatic, he says, "Teamwork is key. When you're fixing problems, sometimes it depends on the team. When you're losing, how you fix the problem depends on your fellow peers. As a professional player, we have to discuss with each other how to fix the problem." Ohaiyo explains, "You cannot rush." After 7.07, this is what Ohaiyo says. "We have to change up our outlook in the offlane. The new camp design gives us a lot of things to do. It lets me do a lot of things from the offlane, and DJ can farm while ganking." Eventually, Ohaiyo becomes a founding pillar of Fnatic. As he states, "In the game, DJ and I call most of the plays. So far, the arrangement has been working wonderfully for Fnatic. DJ, who is the current support, called a lot of shots in the early game. He makes momentum, and in the late game, I'm the one with the calls." So Ohaiyo says, "I made a lot of important decisions in the team's outcomes, especially when it came from the mid to late game." So imagine to current day Fnatic. Imagine you have a family and all of a sudden, after many years of bonding together, your father and your mother team up, take all your money, and leave you out naked on the street. This is what happened to Ohaiyo after Team Fnatic replaced him with Universe. They have left him stranded. They have ignored his years of effort and hard work, dedication to the team. Perhaps teams are looking for a new future. Evil Geniuses decided to get rid of Universe as he was one of their core members. Fnatic is doing the same thing. They are getting rid of Ohaiyo and adding a different player. The future of Dota remains to be a very unsteady place. With sudden roster changes and sudden livelihood alterations, a Dota player's future is truly volatile. With that being said, let's go to current day. Before we analyze this final text, let's come to a consensus and realize that Ohaiyo is a tall young man that is shy for his stature. This means that before he speaks his mind, before he writes anything, he thinks it out. He is considered as a passive thinker, not an aggressive thinker. So now, when you look at this post, you will realize that he is speaking from the heart. He is speaking from his inner being. The fact that Fnatic decided to kick Ohaiyo out of the team, it shows that he is heartbroken. It shows that he is shattered like a piece of glass. He says that after helping Team Fnatic achieve a direct invite to the major as a qualified team, Fnatic decided to kick him out. Why did they decide to kick me out after helping them? Why didn't they decide to tell me beforehand? Why didn't they just make the move and say, hey, we don't need you anymore, we're not going to use you in your efforts? But the fact that they were able to use him and then kick him out, that is the most devastating part. It shows how cruel people are. He says, I will be replaced. I'm not upset about being replaced. I'm disappointed on being used by my teammates for their own benefit. This is a clear difference. See, Ohaiyo, he's pretty famous. He's pretty well known. He can get another team, most likely. But the fact of the matter is, he was used by Team Fnatic to qualify for the majors, and then he was thrown away. And this is why, at the end of the Ohaiyo post, he says, a lie with a purpose is one of the worst kind and the most profitable. So he was hinting and throwing anger towards all the big monopolies, all the big companies, the Rockefellers that take advantage of the little guy. He is saying that, hey man, what you did was wrong. It really is, and it truly hurt him. And because of the fact that he is a passive, aggressive, shy being from just the way he is, it truly shows that this post took a lot out of him. This post means a lot to him. Anyways, if you like these kind of stories and these kind of interpretations, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. Until next time, this is Crystal's Dota out.